when your biggest rival turns out to be your greatest helper. That's the case for Gladiator, because with this White Tiger synergy, he just becomes a whole different champion. Now, charging a heavy attack while the opponent's back is against the wall grants a Fury buff, increasing attack rating by 50.5% for 2 seconds. Pause whenever you drop a special attack, but the extended Fury Mastery gives you plus 0.8 seconds on that duration as well, so keep that in mind. But now some gameplay. So this is Ascended Gladiator on the Content Creator Program Beta, and yeah, this is just really fun stuff. Now, synergies in MCOC, especially in 2024, are kind of at a weird spot, right? Because Battlegrounds is just so popular, but you can't use synergies in Battlegrounds. And right there was a 28,000 heavy attack, but we're just getting started here. But like I was saying, synergies, I feel like they aren't as important as they once were, but this is always just a nice treat to see. Just seeing Gladiator get a ton of love right here. And look at this damage output. 26,000 crit, bonus physical damage, and incinerates that tick for over 120,000 damage in total. This just feels so much better, and it just feels right. Like, this is what we should have gotten from the get-go, is what I think, because this is just honestly pretty dang impressive. 49 seconds right there, but let's go even further beyond, as Gladiator would say, because here we're at max ramp, 36 confidence. It doesn't get any higher than this, right? This is the pinnacle of Gladiator. So let's go back in, drop a heavy attack now, start the loop, get a second one going, get the third Fury, 24,000, 29,000, and then 14,000 crits as well, and a ton of incinerate damage too. This is just amazing stuff. Like, it pains me how this isn't like the real Gladiator. This is Gladiator with a synergy that really just supercharges his damage output. And honestly, I feel like while this is really good for his damage output, Gladiator still isn't the greatest, right? Because one, it's a synergy, and two, I feel like there are some other problems with him when it comes to playstyle as well, but this is a really good step up. And of course, Gladiator is getting buffed, right? So this isn't the pinnacle of Gladiator right now. This is just getting started with him. This is just like the appetizer to something that is going to be even greater in a few months. That's exciting, right? That's something that you can look forward to. If you pull the 7-star Gladiator from a Titan Crystal, there isn't like any lost hope. There is still a chance that this guy is going to be really good still. And I think that it is quite possible, because if you just fix his pretty easy to fix problems, you have a good champion on your hands. And with this damage output, it looks really promising, and I hope that it is like a really good buff, because he does deserve a really good buff. This man is the Summoner's Choice champion. He's not just some random D tier villain like Psycho Man, who's actually kind of decent sometimes. He's Gladiator. He's a really cool champion that we all voted for. Well, not all of us, but the majority voted for. So you want good things for this champion. I think everyone wants good things for this champion now. I know White Tiger fans enjoyed him being like, not too great, but at this point, we should all just root for this character, and I feel like we are doing just that with the announcement of his buff. But that was pretty clean, but check out this matchup. This is just so good. So we're gonna get started by hitting block, and that's it, just pretty standard Gladiator stuff. But then once we get going, it is just so much fun, and the damage output is just so good now. So we're going to just play it slow. We're going to get to the SP2, then we're going to go haywire and check out this damage output. Drop one heavy, drop two heavies, drop the third, and yeah, pretty good damage here. Nice 12,000 crits. You love to see it. Go back in, drop some more heavy attacks, get the unblockable up, get the third Fury, drop the SP1, and that just does it. That was about 38 seconds or something. Really good stuff there. Now we have this Mixmaster fight, and his cold snaps are just really good at stopping evade. Like, his utility is really good, to be honest. He counters evade, he counters miss as well. He has true damage, he has access to like stopping armors, which is great for champions like Red Skull, for example. He has good utility. It's just the damage output made him not really worth playing. But now the damage output is honestly really, really good. However, there still is like the playstyle issue that can be fixed pretty easily too. So there is hope, right? That's all that matters. There is hope for this champion, and that makes me really, really happy. So yeah, the cold snaps are just doing their job really well. Like, he can't do anything pretty much. We get the second Fury, we drop the SP1, some pretty nice damage there, and it might not look flashy, right? But those cold snaps, those incinerates, they tick for a lot of damage. They are good sources of DPS, and like, he is honestly kind of an incinerate and cold snap damage dealer because they do really good numbers, over time at least. But yeah, that fight was also really clean. Now we have the main event here, which is Gauntlet Dr. Doom. This seems like impossible for Gladiator, and I think it is whenever he is without this synergy, because it's just way too complicated and his damage output just cannot keep up with the requirements for this fight. However, with the synergy, things change a bit because he just has the damage output to at least have a chance for this fight. So this is very unideal for Gladiator. However, he does have some ways of doing this fight pretty well. But here's the first SP2, we got 3 Furies up, and you don't crit in this fight, right? But the incinerate damage does more than enough to just carry him throughout this match. And yeah, with the Furies, the incinerates are just supercharged. But also, he has plus 200% buff ability accuracy. So that means even with the glancing, you still get your confidence buffs. And that is really, really good because with those confidence buffs, you get more attack rating, you get the extra physical burst damage, you get a ton of nice benefits for this fight. And yeah, here we drop another SP2. The incinerates are just ticking big time now. We have the bonus physical damage whenever we go back in, and we're just making something out of what looks to be nothing. This seems really unideal for Gladiator, but it's not because of his kit. With the increased ability accuracy, with the incinerate damage, with this newfound increased damage output, he is just making it work, right? And I like to see that because before this, he definitely felt a lot less capable, but this is just newfound damage output, newfound versatility, and it just gives me the confidence to actually just use him for these hard matchups. So yeah, I am just a huge fan of the synergy, and this matchup is almost over. Just got to get one more SP1 or just let the incinerates tick off the rest of his health, which they do. And yeah, pretty good stuff there, man. That was about 1 minute and 54 seconds. That'd be like 3 minutes without the synergy. It's just a nice improvement, right? But this is just the beginning for Gladiator. There is so much more waiting for him, but this was just a pretty good appetizer. So let me know your thoughts on this Gladiator synergy, and yeah, that's about it for me.